Hello guys, this is Noel 3D. Today I'm going to show you how I created this interior scene using Blender Eevee, and I'm going to show you the ways and the methods in the materials in the resources that I use in order to achieve such results in Blender. So before everything, we need to install an add-on called SketchUp Importer. What this add-on will do is it's going to help us in order to import SketchUp materials from a website called 3D Warehouse, which have thousands and thousands of 3D SketchUp materials that will be really helpful for creating ArchViz materials, or I mean ArchViz interiors. So this add-on will help us to import those items in Blender easily. So I have placed the link in the description below for the add-on. It's a free add-on. You don't have to pay anything for it. So just go to the link that I've placed and you can find this SketchUp portal and click it and download this add-on. And then I have already downloaded this one, so I'm not going to download it again. After I've done that, go to Edit, Preferences, and in the add-ons bar, just click this Install right here and just find the material or find the folder that you have chosen to download. In my case, it's right here, and then I'm going to click the zip file and I am going to hit install add-on. So after I do that, if I search SketchUp add-on and SketchUp, this one will appear on your screen, and now all I have to do is take this one, activate this one, and go to save, and then save preferences. So after that, if you go to file and then import, you can see this import SketchUp scene import button appearing. But in the default Blender, you won't find this one, so make sure that you have installed it correctly. So after that, in the description below, you will find the link of these materials that we are going to use in our SketchUp, in our interior scene. So make sure you download these materials, so that you can follow along. So after you have downloaded this one, as you can see the preview of this materials. So in order to see this preview of materials, you need to have SketchUp installed on your computer. So make sure that you also have the SketchUp downloaded so that you can see the items clearly. But sometimes if you don't want to install SketchUp, all you have to do is just make sure that you have cached the name correctly when you download it. If you have the name correctly, you don't need to have SketchUp, but sometimes catching the name of these materials, it's really difficult. So if you have SketchUp installed in your computer, you can see these materials clearly. So after this, what we need to do is first we need to model our house, right? So in order to do that, go to Add Mesh and then Cube, and press A on your keyboard to slide out this transform bar right here. And if I'm going to change the X to 3.9 meters, and I'm going to change the Y to the Y 0.2 meters. Let me make it 0.2. I want the Y to be the thickness of my wall of my room. So after that, I'm going to make it 0.1. So after that, press Ctrl A and then press Scale, so that select this one, press Ctrl A and press Scale. As you can see, what this will do, it will apply the scale correctly, which is 1 in every axis. Go to the edit mode by using tab in your keyboard, activate this X-ray mode, select this one and press E, press 0.2. What this will do is it will extrude it 0.2 meters. Let's change this one to H selected mode. Select this one again, press E, press 4.5. It will extrude it 4.5 meters. Press E, 0.2, and again select this one, press E, 5, press E, 0.2, select this one, this H, press E. Just let me extrude this one like this, press GX again after I extruded this one. Just I'm going to make it, as you can see, if you can see this one, I'm going to make this one a little bit to the left. I don't want it to align with this one. Press E again, press 0.2, and I'm going to select this one again, press E again, and press 0.5, press E, 0.2, E again. After, as you can see, I want this one to align with this H, so in order to do that, activate the snap button and change the increment, the value, the snap to H. so it will snap to the edge. So if I press GX and hover around this edge, as you can see this orange circle. It's telling you where it's snapped at. So it has aligned it to this one. Press E, point 2 again, extrude it. This time I'm not going to use dimension, and just if I just hover it around right here, it will snap it to this edge. Press E again and it will snap it to this edge. Now I have the dimension of my room right here, but I want to change the Z value. I'm going to make it 3 meters, and I'm going to change the location to 1.5, so that will be on the origin. So after that, I'm going to deactivate this X-ray mode and go to the edit mode again. Activate this one again. I'm going to extrude this one just right around here. I have this kind of wall in my scene, and after that we need to create an opening for our scene, right? So just deactivate this X-ray mode, press Ctrl R in order to add edge loops, as you can see, and I'm going to snap it to this edge. Press G X and I'm going to hit minus 0.2 meters. The reason I use minus is, if you can see this axis, the points where the letters are written are positive directions, and the points where there are no letters are the negative direction. So since I move this one to the left, to this direction, to the negative X direction, I have entered minus 0.2 meters. So make sure to keep this in mind. And I'm going to snap it to this one, press GX 0.2 meters, Control R. So if I hover it around the vertical line, it's going to give me a horizontal edge loop. Click it and drag it to the top. Press GZ minus 0.2 meters. So this is my opening for my living room. And I need also another opening right here. This will be my kitchen, my open kitchen. So I'm going to press Ctrl R again. I'm going to snap it to this edge. Press GX. I'm going to take minus 0.6 meters, since I will have a kitchen cabinet with a thickness or with a width of 6. I will leave 0.6 meters right here. And I'm going to press GX again, 0.2 meters in the negative direction, as you can see. So I have 0.8 right here. So after that, I need my opening of my kitchen to be on 1 meter. So in order to do that, I'm going to press Ctrl R right here, and I'm going to snap it to the bottom. Press GZ. I'm going to hit R, 1, and press Enter. So now this is on 1 meters. So in order to create an opening, go to face selection mode, select this face, but we need another 0.2 meters right here. So press Ctrl R, and snap it to this edge. Press GX 0.02 meters. Now we have this. Select this face and this face, the parallel faces, by holding on Shift. Press F3 in your keyboard and type bridge edge loops, bridge. As you can see, this will appear, and select this one. When you do that, these two faces are connected by creating an opening. And again, I'm going to select this one. I want this opening to have a full height. Press F3. Bridge edge loops already typed in and selected. So just select this one. Now you have an opening right here. So after this, we need a window, right? So in order to do that, we need an add-on called Archimesh. So just go to Edit, Preferences, go to Add-on and type Archimesh. As you can see, these add-ons are already installed in Blender. All you have to do is just activate this one, Archimesh, and then go to Save Preferences and close it. So if I go to Create, and you can see this Archimesh bar appearing. So we have this manipulation bar for the Archimesh. So first we need an opening right here, right, for this opening. Select this one, go to Edit Mode, and select this face, and go to Mesh, and then Snap, then cursor to select it. Now our cursor is right here, and get out of the Edit Mode by pressing Tab. If I press this panel window, as you can see, it will import this window in this cursor that we have placed in the middle right now. So after that, you can see, if I scroll downward, you can see the width, the height of this window. So I'm going to make let me make this one 90 and 90. Pause the wings, and if I make it this one 150, let me make it 1. Just calculate the width of this one. I think the width is 4.1 meters. So 1.8 almost 3.6. plus 50. I think this one is 220, 210. Yep, I think 210 is correct, right? And I'm going to make the height. I think the height is 2.8, right? I mean 280, since this one is in centimeters. I mean in centimeters. Oh no, I don't think it's 2.8, 2.270. I think the frames are taking some space. As you can see, this is the dimension of my window. So by using this method, just import and again another material to this window. So type to edit mode, select this face, go to mesh, then snap, cursor to selected, get out of the edit mode by pressing tab again. Just in this case, I'm going to select rail windows. So I will have a window like this, and as you can see, the dimension is right here. It's not on the bottom. On the in this case, it was on the bottom. So if I just, as you can see, if I change this one, it's the width, and so the width of this one is, I don't know the width of this one, so I'm just going to increase this until it fits my scene. I think right here is good, right? And I'm going to make the height. Where's the height? This one. So just increase it until it becomes accurate. Yep, I think this one is good. So we have now our door and our window, right? I mean our window and our panel right here. So next we are going to select everything right here and go to the top view. I'm going to press G, but before that, Control Z, deactivate the snap button so that it won't disturb us. I'm going to move it right here. Just make sure that this one is aligned correctly. After that, I'm going to press Ctrl S. Then what we need to do is next is our rough dimension of our room is done. So we need to populate our scene, right? We need to populate it. So in order to populate it, I have placed these materials in the description below. You can just go download them and we'll import them. So in order to import this one file, go to File and then go to Import and then import SKP scene and SketchUp scene. Just go to the folder that you have downloaded your SketchUp files. In my case, it's on the downloads. So first I need to import my sofa. So I need to search my sofa, this one right here. So go to View and then just activate this file name extensions so that you can see this one. So press right click, press rename and select everything right here. Press Ctrl C. Then in the SketchUp, press Ctrl V. The reason that we are doing is this one is it's a little bit hard to search the name of the material, right? Since you're going to have a lot of materials if you're dealing with archivists or if you do interiors, there are going to be a lot of materials. So searching the name is going to be a little bit difficult. So what I do is just select the name from right here and I'm going to paste it right here. And I'm going to deactivate this scene as a camera. I don't need the camera from the SketchUp. I only need the existing material. So after that, I'm going to hit import. So what this will do is going to import my material. So but as you can see, the scale of this material is a little bit too big. So this will happen once in a while when you're importing SketchUp files. The scale won't be correct, but mostly it's accurate. You don't have to worry about the sketch of the scale of the material. So by holding shift in your keyboard, select this objects. So in order to check you have moved everything, just press G when you move this and nothing is left behind. So after that, shift click again one of the materials. So when you do that, as you can see this orange selection appearing, or if I click this one, you can see this orange selection right here. But I'm going to activate this one. So what Blender is telling you is telling you what the activated object is. So I'm going to activate this one. I'm going to hit Control P in your keyboard, press Object Keep Transfer. What this will do is whenever I move, this one is going to move everything along with this. If I scale this one, or if I rotate this one, it's going to move everything along with it. But if I move this one, it's going to move it separately. If I move this one separately. So this object will act as a parent for everything else. So this will have a great help in manipulating our object. So I'm going to scale this one down, scale it, just scale it until it's appropriate, or the scale looks appealing to you. So as you can see, I have placed the scale to be right here. So this, the shortcut for scale is per S, as I've said earlier, and for rotation is R. So I have placed it right here. So by using this method, we are going to import everything else in this row. So just you can download them, the files in the description, and you can populate your sheet. So I'm going to do that. So as you can see, I have imported some of the materials. So we need to edit some things. Sometimes, well, the materials that we import, they may not be in a proper scale for our scene. As you can see, this TV set or TV stand, the background of the decoration of this TV stand does not match this wall right here. So we need to match, we need to be able to match it to this wall. So in order to do that, just select this one, press GY to move it to the right, and select this one, press GY to move it to the left. Since the pivot point is right here, if I scale by pressing SY, as you can see, it's scaling it right here, and I'm going to select both of them by holding Shift. Shift is a shortcut for selecting multiple objects in Blender. After I select this one, press SZ to scale it in the Z. As you can see, it's scaling it in the Z. I'm going to move this one a little bit downward. As you can see, it's not matching the black one, so I think this one is correct. So make sure you do this once in a while. As you can see, this this curtain also does not match the height of our scene, the height of the height of our room. So select this one. I've already parented this one. I've already showed you how to parent an object with this material, right? So by using this one, parent this one using this one. So if I scale Z in the Z direction, it's going to move it, scale it in the Z. I only need that one. And I'm going to select this materials right here. There are multiple materials. Just hit G in your keyboard and move everything. When you do that, you will see if any material is left over. And I'm going to move this one a little bit to GZ, a little bit downward, just a little bit. And I'm going to hit SZ in order to scale in the Z direction. As you can see, this one is correct. So after I do that, I'm going to press Ctrl Z. Already these ones are selected. I'm going to hit Shift D in order to duplicate this object. After I have hit Shift D, I'm going to press X so that it will move in the X direction. And I'm going to move it right around here. And I'm going to select this one. I'm going to hit Shift D in order to duplicate it, and press X so that it will move in the X direction. So as you can see, right around here. So I'm going to duplicate, just let me duplicate something from here. Press Shift D and then X, and then right around here is good. So now we have our window covered right here. After that, when I import this material in when I import this one, the curtain 2, I have placed the link by naming it curtain 2. I have this material, so you can just use any of these ones, but in my case, since sometimes Eevee needs a lot of lighting in order to give us a realistic look, I have chosen to use the shortest one so that a lot of light will come into my room. In that case, it will give me more realistic renders. So after that, I have already parented to this one. So if I press SX, it will scale it in the X direction. So I'm going to move GX right here, press SX to scale it in the X direction. So as you can see, it has scaled it in the X direction. I think GY, so that will move to the wall and it will be accurate. So this is just my so next, I think we need a cabinet, a counter for our kitchen, right? So we are going to use this model for our counter. So just download that one and then go to import and then go to import the SketchUp scene. I already know how to import the SketchUp material, so just import it, copy from here, paste it, and then hit import. And then depending on the model, the speed will be faster or slower. So in my case, I don't think this model is that much high poly, so it's not going to take that much time. So I'm going to only need this one. So just select everything by box select, shift click again this counter, press Ctrl P, then select object keep transform. What this will do is, as I have showed you earlier, whenever I move this one, everything will be moved or transformed or manipulated along with it. So also select this one, select everything right here, shift select again the top part, press Ctrl P, keep transform, select this one, shift hold on shift and select this multiple objects, shift click again the top part, press Ctrl P and keep transform. Then do this one again to this counter. So whenever I move this one, as you can see, the whole part will move along with it. If I move this one, everything else will move along with it. Press G right here, press RZ and then insert 19 in your keyboard. As you can see, it has moved it in the direction that I don't want it to be. So press RZ again, press 180 degree. I think this is the direction that I want it to be. And after that, I think right around here is good. I'm going to select these counters, press GY, I'm going to move them apart. Since I don't want this tool to be placed in front of the sink, I'm just going to move it upward. Select this one, press tab and go to the edit mode, activate this show overlays and select this one, this H by box selecting. Make sure that you're on H selection mode. Select this one, press GY and move it a little bit apart so that it will be a lot bigger than the previous one. If I deactivate this show extreme mode, now you can see our counter is longer than the previous one. Press Ctrl S. I think we have populated our scene good. I think. So next we need to add lights to our scene. So just go to but first click this one, right click, snap cursor to selected. Now your cursor will be placed right here. Go to add light and then area light. Press RX, press -90 so that it will rotate in this direction. And I'm going to move it G. G is a shortcut for moving. Press GZ, just place it in the middle, scale X, SZ to scale it in the Z direction, press SX to scale it in the X direction so that it will fit our window. I think this has fitted our window. Press Shift D to duplicate this object and then press SX to scale it in the X. SX again, just make them approximately equal size with the opening. Set. I think this one is good. And then after that, go to a render view right here, the render properties, change the render engine to Eevee since we're going to use Eevee for our rendering. Now I'm going to go to this object properties, object data properties, this lamp button, and I'm going to increase the intensity, the port 150, and select this one again, increase the port 150. So if I go to the render view, as you can see, nothing is coming from our window, but you can see from this view that our lights are releasing, or our lights are emitted from this object. So what we need to do, select this window, go to this object data properties, this one, click this one, and select this glass material and change the shadow mode to none. When you do that, as you can see, nothing, we're telling this window that to not cast any shadows. And again, select this window right here, go to data for material, select this glass material, and change the shadow mode to none. But as you can see, it's not as much as light is emitted as much as it's being emitted right here. The reason for that is we need to change the material properties of our curtain. So just click this curtain, you will see this material right here. In order to see this one, just click this one and change this to editor start and shader editor, and click this principal base div and go to add search transparent. So search transparent and drag it right here. Since we want this to be transparent, we will need a transparent node, and again search translucent. We want the material of this curtain to have both properties of transparent and translucent shader, and we need to mix both of them. So in order to mix them, go to add and search mix shader, and I'm going to connect the top to the top, the bottom to the bottom, and the shader to the surface. So as you can see, when you do that, we have now this transparent and translucent somehow combined material, but it's not letting any lighting. So in order to change that, once it's selected, just go to this material properties, change the shadow mode to none, as we have done to the window. So our light is coming through our curtain. So if I click this one and change the blend mode to alpha hashed, as you can see, it's a little bit more accurate than alpha blend. So I'm just going to decrease it a little bit downward so that I can see, through the this curtain. So whenever if I move it to 1, it will only consider the bottom part. If I make it 0, it will only consider that whole part. So if any material is to be 100% transparent, you're not going to see that material. That's why if whenever I make it 0, it's going to make it 100% transparent and I cannot see anything. But if I move it a little bit right around here, as you can see, it's going to blend between 20% transparency and 80% translucency. So make sure to keep this in mind. So after that, we need a background, right? We need a background for our scene. We need something to see through our windows. So in order to do that, I have placed a link for this image. It's an image, a city image from textsearch.com. I've already downloaded this image, so go to Blender again, just slide this now, go to edit, go to preferences, go to add-ons and search, type image. So you will see these two ones. Just activate image, import image as planes, and activate this one and go to save, and then go to save preferences and close this one and go to add, and then image. You will see this image as planes appearing. Click this one and just select the image that you have downloaded. This one is just textures.com landscape city, and just after that, I'm going to click import image as planes. As you can see, this is my image. I'm going to go to the solid view, press GY to move it a little bit upward, press RX, press 90 so that it will rotate it 90 degrees. I'm going to hit scale S. It's in our keyword, uses S. I'm going to scale it a little bit downward, press GY to move it away from the window a little bit. In order to see the textures in the solid viewport, just click right here, change the material to the texture. As you can see, now we can see the texture of the material. Press G right here. I'm going to just scale it, just move it right here. So if I just go to the render view, as you can see, this one is it's kind of black, right? We need this one to emit a light. So in order to do that, click this one. The shaders properties is already right here, but just go to the shader editor. If you cannot see it, just click this one and move it. Select this one again and delete this one. Go to add, search emission, click it and then move it. Just move it in the middle and connect the emission to the surface. So as you can see, this material has already become an emission shader. It's emitting a light, and if you change the color will also change. But in this case, I want Blender to use this material to cast the light or to emit the light. So if I connect the color to the color, as you can see, it's going to use the properties or the information for this color to cast a light, I mean to create a light or to emit a light. So if I increase the string, as you can see, it's increasing the strength of the emission. In order to further see the effect of our light, I'm going to activate bloom. So if I activate bloom, as you can see some kind of flare coming from our light source. But as you can see, if I go to this, I cannot see anything through this window. So I need to change the material of this window. So I'm going to click this one, go to the material properties, and this is the class material. It's already selected. There are these complicated objects. I'm going to delete everything right here. Press X. Everything is deleted. So I'm going to click this curtain and I'm going to use the material from this curtain. I'm going to select everything, press Ctrl C, select this one, press Ctrl V. Now I have this one, but it's not also showing me what I need to see, right? It's not showing me what I need to see. But if I change this one to alpha hash, first let me change this to alpha hash. It's more accurate. As you can see, I'm seeing a little bit, right? I'm seeing, if I just make this one to be 100% transparent, I'm seeing something. but this one is not close to what I want. So I'm going to go to add and then search glass shader. I'm going to place this one right here. uh, just click this one, press G to move it. Now I'm going to select this one, press Shift D in order to duplicate it and place it in the middle, and I'm going to connect the glass to the bottom. So if I change the intensity, as you can see, now 1 means it's fully applying the glass shader, but I don't want the glass to be 1. I want it to be right around here. Let me exchange this one to this one. Just let me exchange the shaders. So whenever I increase it, as you can see, so just tweak this one just until you end up with a good result. If I change, for example, to alpha blend, you can see things without any noise, but alpha hashed is more accurate in my case, in my opinion. So just tweak this one until you find a proper value. So as you can see, I have made it somehow like this, and I have changed the blend mode to alpha blend. So somehow this is my window color. My window texture. I'm going to click this background, and I'm going to change the emission to. Let me make the emission to somehow like this. And I'm going to. After that, I think we have placed our lights, right? I've done everything. So just drag this down. So now we are going to go for some realistic things, but before everything I'm going to add a camera. So in order to do that, go to the top view, shift right click right around here so that I will add my camera right here. Go to add and then um, camera, press GZ, but let me rotate this one so that I can see where I'm moving my camera. Just move GZ, press RZ, press 90, press RY, and then again 90. I'm going RZ 180 degrees, and then go to the top view and press R and rotate it with manually. So in order to go to my camera view, go to view and then go to camera and then active camera. Now you are now camera view, or you can use 0 in your numpad. So I'm going to press 0 in my numpad, and I'm going to press P for my navigation. I have showed you that earlier. Or just go to view navigation, then walk navigation. Now you can move with your mouse, and then you can use WASD for navigation. But I'm going to change the focal length to 30 so that I can see more angle of my room. And I'm going to go to viewport display and change the paper cursor to 1 so that I will only see what my camera sees, not anything outside my camera. And next, what I'll do is if I select this light and then if I just activate this contact shadows, as you can see, if you see something around you, if I activate this contact shadows, I'm gaining some contact shadow in my scene. As you can see the change, right? And if I just change the thickness to 0.0 meters, 0.03 meters, it's accurate, right? Something if I did something greater than 0.05, it won't look realistic, right? So just activate contact shadows for both of our lights, press 0.03. And after that, what we need to do is we need to adjust the settings. So just drag down this ambient occlusion and activate this one. As you can see, when I do ambient occlusion right around here, we're getting ambient occlusion between two objects. So I'm going to change the distance to 0.5 meters and change this to 1 and activate screen space reflections and activate the refraction. And then again in the shadows, I'm going to change this one to 1024, and then I'm going to activate hybrid depth and make sure that you activate contact short shadows. As you can see, if I deactivate the contact shadows, I mean short shadows, everything in the scene, every shadow in the scene is going to be hard, but if I activate it, it's going to make it a lot softer. And change the cube map size to 124. It will, I mean 1024, it will end the diffuse occlusion to 64. This will help us in the future when we're baking indirect lighting. If I deactivate the show overlays and press B to navigate to my scene, I think everything is looking good, right? I think everything is looking good. So next what we'll do is we're going to finish some parts. We need to create a roof for our scene. So in order to do that, just press Shift A and then go to plane. Now we have a plane right here. And then just change the location to 3. I will make it, since my height is 3. And then go to the edit mode. Or I will not go to the edit mode, just press S to scale it. I don't need my roof to be accurate. Since I'm already rendering the interior scene, go to edit mode. Everything is selected already. Press E. I'm going to extrude somewhere around here. And I'm going to press Shift D, and press Z. Press 3 meters in the negative direction. And again, I think it's not accurate. I'm going to move it just below my floor material, as you can see. The reason I'm doing is this one is in order to avoid any any light bleeds that will occur in my scene. So just I'm going to go to right here, just select this one, go to edit mode. I'm going to select this edge, and I'm going to hit activate this edge snap button, press E, and then I will extrude it right here so that I will have the space of my cabinet. So as you can see, I have everything set up. I'm going to move this one GZ. I'm going to move it a little bit downward, but I'm going to deactivate the snap button. Just move it so that it will be on the top of my kitchen cabinet, as you can see. Now we have our scene done perfectly, right? We have our scene done perfectly. Press Ctrl S, deactivate, and then if I go to the render view, now you can see everything clearly, right? Next, what we need to do is we need to calculate indirect lighting in our scene. By default, Eevee, since it's a real-time and render engine, it does not have any indirect lighting being calculated. So we need to do it ourselves. So in order to do that, just go to the solid view, go and navigate and get out of the camera mode. Just select the top part. Press H to hide it, and shift right click in order to snap our cursor in the middle, and then go to add in the light probe. Select irradiance volume. What this irradiance volume will do is it's going to help us to calculate indirect lighting. Press SX to scale it in the X direction. Make sure that uh, it will encompass all your room. SY, as you can see. I'm going to GY again. I'm just to make it right around here, and I'm going to change the resolution of the Y to be 6, and I'm going to make also the X 6. Let me make the X kind of 7, since this the X length is a little bit longer, and I'm going to keep the Y as 4. And after that, just press GZ, press SZ, and scale it so that it will fit the room. GZ, I think right around here is good. Press SZ, I think right around is good. And then again, go to add. We're going to add a reflection cube map, which will help us to make better reflections. And then again, I'm going to go to add and then light probe and reflection plane. I will place it in the ground so that it will give me more accurate reflection on the plane. As scale it just GY SX. So just scale it until it encompasses all the room, or until it covers all the room. So just in order to see it clearly, go to the render view. As you can see, just activate the preview plane. When you do that, press GZ. As you can see, we are now seeing this material. I don't think I'm moving the correct object. Just, I don't know, select this one properly, press GZ. Now you can see this blue material, or sometimes it will look like a glass looking material. So just place it just a little bit upward, and after that just select show deactivate this show preview plane. Now we have placed all the 3 irradiance volumes that we need in order to calculate our indirect lighting. So after that, just go to the solid view, press Alt H to unhide everything, and go to render properties and hit in the indirect lighting tab, hit back indirect lighting. So depending on the speed of your PC, this process will be fast or slow, but I don't think it will take that much time. So after that, just press 0 to go to your camera mode. If you go to the render view, as you can see, we have indirect lighting. Our scene is more brighter than the previous one, but if you have noticed, it's a little bit too much bright, for my opinion. So we need to make things a little bit darker, right? So in order to do that, just select this light. I'm going to change the intensity. Let me make the intensity to 75. I'm going to make the 75, and I'm going to make this one 50. Just since if I just hide the top view, since the size of this one in this one is different, you have to make the light to be proportional based on their size. As you can see, I've made this one to be 75 and this one to be 50. So make sure that you make your lights proportional to each other. So after that, I have decreased it and then select this erase volume and change the intensity to 2.7. So after that, just press Alt H, go to the solid view so that it will calculate faster. Don't calculate it in the render view, it won't be that much fast. So after that, just hit back indirect lighting and we'll see the change that this will give us. And just hit 0 to go to the camera mode. And if I go to the render view, now our scene is more darker than the previous one, right? So just select this one, select this light again, and then but before that, as we cannot see, if I press H to hide everything, we cannot see the background through this image. So we need to adjust the material of this image also. Just select the top and press H. To get out of the camera mode, all you have to do is use your middle mouse navigation. It will snap out of it. Just select this material right here. This is our window, right? We have done this one. Select everything, press Ctrl C, and go to click this one and go to material properties. In the glass bar, you can see this. Select this glass and select everything. Press X to delete it. Press Ctrl V in order to paste our new material. And after that, change the blend mode to alpha hashed so that it will be more accurate. As you can see, we are now seeing through our window. And after that, select this curtain. It's a little bit too much transparent, right? So I'm going to increase this one so that it will look more realistic. If I press 0, as you can see, it's more realistic than press Alt H. Now we can see clearly. So if I just select this one and I can control how much can I see through my window. Now I think everything is good, and press Ctrl S. So just select this one, this light right here. If I just increase it to 150 after I baked it, no, I think 150 is a little bit too much. Let me make it 120. To select this one again, I'm going to make it 100. So most of the time what I will do is after I've finished baking it, I will increase the intensity between 50 and 80 watts. This is the method that I use. So just get out of the camera mode, or just you can just press V to navigate. So as you can see, our scene is looking a lot better than the previous one, right? Just let me hide the stop view, activate the show overlays to see everything, hide it, and select this one. Press GZ in order to see things. Press Alt H, GZ. I'm going to just select this one, GZ, so that you know, right around here. I think this one is good, right? So interior is all about details. So in order to have a better realistic image, you need to work on the details. You need to place some items on the counter. Everything that you need to do, everything that you can do, it will give you more realistic results. So after that, I will click this one. Just click this one, and I'm going to hit duplicate right here, and I'm going to change this to metallic, and I'm going to change the color to white, and I'm going to decrease the reflection so that I will have this metallic material on my refrigerator, and then it's already selected, and press V, and I'm going to drag this one and drop it right here so that the material will be duplicated easily. And I'm going to select this one and decrease the roughness, but I will have reflective handles, and I'm going to just make it more black. I'm going to select this one again. I'm going to drag and drop it to this, to this, I don't know what that is, but just drag and drop it, and again drag and drop it right here. And then after that, press V, and then go right here, and I'm going to change this one to metallic. I'm going to decrease the reflection. So if I just deactivate show release, now our material looks more metallic. And I'm going to do the same process for this one again. Just decrease, activate show release. But as you can see, you have some shading problems. In order to fix that, what we'll do is just go to this vertex object data properties. No, this one, and then go select auto smooth. It will fix your shading problems. After this is selected, just select this one, the charcoal part. We have 4 materials. We are going to change the roughness of these materials separately one by one. Again, select this one, make it metallic, change the roughness, decrease the roughness. Select this one again, make it metallic, and then decrease the roughness. Now we have our counter, our sink, and then again select this one. Now I'm going to decrease the roughness since a material like this is a little bit more reflective. And again, just I think everything is looking good, right? And next we need select this one, and then just decrease the roughness. I think I will make it a little bit more reflective, and select this wood, this material and select this material. This material will represent this one. As you can see, the color is closer to this one. I'm going to drag and drop it to the leg, so that I can, as you can see, this material is a little bit more realistic than this one. It's a little bit too flat, this one, so just drag and drop it right here, and then drag and drop it right here. Then after that, select this one again, just decrease the roughness. I think this one and this one are similar, so I'm not going to do anything. So I select this black one, and then decrease the roughness. So I think everything is looking good. Just deactivate the show release to see clearly everything. So after this, what we need to do is, I think everything is looking good, right? In my opinion, I don't have any problems. Just select this camera, and then change the focus length to 25, so that again we'll see more view of more angle of our room. And then next, after we have done this, what we need to do is just we need to animate our camera. In order to do that, just go to the solid view right here and drag this one to the left and this to the bottom, and change this to 3D viewport. And I'm going to press 0 to go to my camera view. And then I'm going to just use this one as a viewport. So just activate this show release, select this camera, and then press G to move it. Change this to timeline, so that we'll animate our camera based on our timeline. And I'm going to this is my initial position. Just let me just GZ. Let me make it where I want it to be. I think right here is good. Let me activate this. Let me change this to render view, right? Press Alt H to unhide everything, so that you know. And then just I think this place is good, so just after that, hide it, and then click the camera, and in the item bar, if this is not appearing, press N to appear to slide it out, and then right click, insert keyframe in the location, and then right click again, insert keyframe and the rotation. So just drag the timeline to 250, and then just press GY to move it, and then again rotate it. Just go right here and press V, just adjust where you want your camera to see. Press GY, GY. Just move it where you want it to be by go to view, navigation, walk navigation, You can just adjust it by that. V is my shortcut for that. Just I'm going to adjust it where I want it, where I want my last view to be. Then after that, hit right click, insert keyframe, right click, insert keyframe. So if I just go to the first frame and hit play or the spacebar on my keyboard, now as you can see, my camera is animating. So after that, as you can see, it's a little bit slower at the end. You see, if you can see. In order to change that, everything is selected, but press A to select everything, press T and change the interpolation to linear. What this will do is it's going to make the movement of the camera constant throughout the animation. So guys, if I animate my camera, as you can see, it's moving in the way that I want it to move. So by using this, you can animate your camera in the way that you want it to animate. But before you do that, if you can see the scene, it's looking a little bit more empty. So when you do interior scenes, you need to add some decoration into your items. You need to add some frames right here, floor lamps, ceiling lamps, spotlights, and some decoration in the counter. It can be foods or it can be anything, you know. When you do that, it will give your scene more a realistic feeling. So I have done that already. Or sometimes you can add some lights around this, below this counter, also behind this cabinet. And I have done that. If I do that, as you can see, I have placed some lights right here, placed spotlights, placed some frame right here, and then a floor lamp, some kind of fruit around the counter. So I have already shown you how to import items from 3D warehouse. By using this, you can just populate your scene and make it as realistic as much as you can. So after that, what you have to do is go to this output properties right here, and then just you don't need to change this one, just change this frame rate to 25, and then change the output folder to wherever you want it to be. In my case, I have already selected that, and change the file format to, probably yours is PNG. Change this one to FFmpeg, and change the encoding to, click this right here and then make it H264 in MP4. When you do that and slide out the encoding, this will automatically be set up for you. Then just change the quality to high quality. You can make it higher, but sometimes even medium quality will give me better results. I mean good results, but I will just make it high quality just in case. After that, just what I have to do is just hit and then render. It will render my animation in the folder that I have selected. So guys, this is all for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to share and subscribe so that I will keep making these videos in the future. Thanks for watching.